From Nashville, Tennessee, and the Pinnacle, we look forward to who may cash in their gauntlet shot, or maybe see if we move forward to option C. The Knockouts World and Tag Team Championships are on the line, and we also have Eric Young versus BDE. And does the Righteous and the Hardys actually want to be together? It is an enigmatic foursome made in pro wrestling proverbial purgatory. This and so much more to be discussed on this edition of City Predicting for TNA Wrestling as we bring you No Surrender. And I'm sure there'll be none of that in this conversation, too. So, welcome once again, everybody, to City Predicting, and welcome to the discussion. And for the first time ever, welcome to the All Avatar edition. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another edition of Simply Predicting. I think I've literally turned this to a radio show now. What the hell? But anyway, you know what this is, for I am indeed virtually on your screen, but I am the Superman of the Superbrand, the voice of the SRS program for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noel Foster. Thank you all for tuning in, whether live or on demand. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. If you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pay by the patch, as simple as that. And of course, your opinions matter too. If you have opinions for the matches we talk about, I will put them up on screen. And also stay tuned for the predictions forum. It'll be available in the morning on Friday. Again, thank you all. Let's go around the horn and welcome this panel for the discussion this evening. First and foremost, I have the renegade of wrestling, the hardest working man not named me or Walter Cruz, that is bringing all the power you can get, or should I say Buddha, as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania weekend and all the wrestling too. The renegade wrestling, JJ Williams. JJ, how are you?
I'm doing well, good sir. I would say it's nice to be seen, but this is the Avatar edition, so much like the man who retired last December, you can't see me.
What? This is beyond brilliant.
Walter, Emmanuel's only booing because I stole his joke. He was going to make that joke as much as he loves John Cena.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm glad to be here. It looks like a decent card. Should be a fun discussion with these panelists. Yeah, that's what we'll call them.
Avatarists. Tonight we are the Avatarists.
The island of misfit toys.
Well, I mean, hey, somehow I still acknowledge all of you weekly, daily, monthly, simply predicting, showcasing regularly. So there's that. All right, fair enough, JJ. And even off screen, I'm sure you all will find some way to piss me off. Let's go ahead and get
that'll make it even better for the clips, because then you won't be able to see us laughing at you.
Bloody freaking hell. What have I just turned this into? This is definitely a one-off, folks. But hey, TNA trying to still be the alternative, right? Welcome to the first ever alternative edition of Simply Predicting. All right, fair enough, JJ. That being said, it's everyone's favorite wrestler for Emmanuel, not named John Cena. It's Gilbert without the sparklers. As I welcome in the trap card virtually, Gilbert Dominguez, alias Emmanuel. Emmanuel, how are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, like, I'm really hyped for this TNA, like, No Surrender pay-per-view. I mean, like, that's a decent card. I appreciate their efforts. I mean, like, I want to see what they provide, and yeah. Other than that, yeah, this is gonna be an interesting, point of view, because I want to see what you guys think about this pay-per-view itself.
I'm sure we all will have varying opinions, and there's one thing I know about TNA wrestling, even becoming a WWE similarity, there is still quite a sense of unpredictability. It just more so nowadays makes you go, what the eh? And I'm sure I'll have at least one of those reactions come tomorrow Eve. But that being said, for the last Avatar on screen, who's always Avatar, it seems, it's Charles Schultz. Charles, how are you this evening?
Doing good, and this is the most unique Super Predicting I've ever been part of so far already.
I love it. First time for everything, right? All right, but yeah, regardless, you guys know I've been TNA faithful since its inception, even during the darkest of days when we had Immortal and six-sided rings, Anthem channel jumping. But this should be interesting because it's not pay-per-view. It's their level of ELE, as this is, of course, exclusively on where they stream. But I think without further ado, Avatarists and Simply Predicting community, TNA faithful, those that are tuning in live and hearing us through their ears, let's get right into it. So again, folks, this is simply predicting for TNA No Surrender. No Surrender, of course, will come to us. And yes, I am the solo man now. Hello, everybody. I'm just messing with stuff because this is just fun right now. I'm loving this shit. Anyway, as I was saying, this, of course, is TNA No Surrender. It will be available for everybody exclusively on TNA Plus for TNA Plus subscribers. It goes live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, February the 13th. If you're not superstitious already, you should be. And of course, this is exclusively for TNA Plus subscribers. We will go live, of course, during the countdown and prior to the countdown, of course. So we will be live 7:15 p.m. Standard Time, and your predictions will be final 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot Friday Eve. So good luck to everybody involved in the TNA League. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. And while we got a wall of avatars, we will soon have a ring full of knockouts and probably NXT invaders. Because kicking off, even though it's not part of the league, I respect, of course, this division since inception 2008. But it's warm. It's being butt. That being said, don't know what he's got to say regarding women in wrestling. Sensibly. But we are going to talk about the Knockouts Battle Royal. As of course confirmed tonight, warning by the way, folks, you will get spoilers subtly for what happened during TNA Wrestling this eve on Thursday, February 12th, because of course it was the go home. As of course made during the go home was a Knockouts Battle Royal. The Knockouts Battle Royal will determine a new number one contender for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, regardless who may hold it later. This was, of course, made official by, you guessed it, the suit, Dahlia Ray. Amongst other things, she's truly showing that she is the suit in charge. Shut up when she's talking. I'm definitely going to take that for myself. So again, will it be somebody from NXT? Will we actually get a knockout push forward to the TNA Knockouts World Championship? Will Danny Luna come back and wreck freaking shop and once again claim her spot, even though she already has it already, which I figure would be redundant. But again, it's WWE booking in TNA. They're plagued already, so when's primary to go that route? So let's just go around the horn and pick a couple of names that we believe are going to be in the TNA Knockouts Battle Royal. I said believe for a certain reason, and I also said NXT for a reason. JJ Avatar. That being said, let's see who you all think believe should get a future shot at the TNA Knockouts World title. We're going to go around the clockwise here on the Avatar screen for this first bout. So, Randy Wrestling JJ Williams, I put it towards you first. TNA Knockouts Battle Royal. From the TNA roster to, let's just call it what it is, Evolve and NXT, who do you see getting a future TNA Knockouts World title shot?
This is going to be cool. In all seriousness.
So brilliant.
In all seriousness, if I could be serious for a moment.
Go ahead.
Do we know how many women are competing in this?
Nope, completely unknown.
Okay. You have got to figure that it's probably going to be at least 10, maybe 20. Would that seem like an accurate estimation?
Definitely.
Okay, so we're going to get 2 picks, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to pick one TNA and one WWE connected. And I say it that way because you did mention Evolve,
Yep.
NXT Evolve Stars, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Although Danny Luna is booked for the West Coast Pro Show the Thursday in Vegas, and I'm definitely considering me and Walter going to that just to see Danny Luna in action.
Oh, nice. The erect shop.
The only problem is that they've also booked the WWE ID show the same time.
Of course they did.
So, damn it. Got to see who gets booked on those. But anyways.
Fair enough. Hindsight.
For my NXT/Evolve.
Right.
I'm torn between 2 names. One of them is both of them are actually names I think you'll very much appreciate, Noah. Because even though it's not your NXT, I do believe you are fans of 1, Kendall Gray, and 2, Fallon Henley.
You'll be very correct.
I haven't narrowed down, but one of those two will probably be my second pick. But my number one pick is going to be the undeniable diamond, Tessa Blanchard.
Diamante. Oh boy.
Because she's started to get on a roll here as of late. And if you think about it, for almost the entire first year since she came back, she was jobbing, putting people over, earning her spot back on the roster after the controversial remarks that surrounded her many years ago.
Some people can never move on from the past.
I think it's time for that diamond to start sparkling again and shining. So I'm going with Tessa as my number one, and I'm either going to go with Fallon or Kendall as my number two, undecided as of yet.
Fair enough. Well, it's all observation and speculation because, again, it's not for the league, but at least there's opportunity to see quite somebody surprising. And I do love the fact you mentioned Fallon Henley because I've been a fan of Tessa Price ever since she was on the independent scene. And I do think she is doing great work in that NXT because she is a main player. She should be the one holding the gold, and I still hold my freaking girth to that. But I will say right now, at least she's a main player. That title.
And then for two members of the Fatal Influence to have been the Knockouts champion, like that's not anything to be sneezing at, you know. The Double J of TNA, and then Fallon Henley, or excuse me, she calls herself the Double J of TNA. It should have been the Double J of Trickina. Damn it, because they were champion at the same time.
Barf.
No barf. It was one of the best eras going. You can argue all you want, but damn it, it was entertaining as hell.
Entertaining does not mean quality. Now, again, Slammiversary, there's a reason that was one of the worst main events ever, and there's a reason why over half the crowd left bound for glory. But that's hindsight here nor there, but thank you for that, Renegade JJ William Avatar. All right, so there you go, folks. The ballot's been set to Fallon Henley and Diamante. Tessa Blanchard. Let's see if you all agree, disagree, or have a different card in play or a different name. Gilbert, you're up next. What are your two picks for the Knockouts Battle Royale? Do you agree with Manuel's, or are you going completely off the cuff?
No, actually, I think it might be Ash by Elegance. He might get the win.
By Elegance?
Yeah.
Boy.
Sorry,
no. Pressure just went up 15 points.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, no, but
no,
they've been talking about her getting a rematch clause and everything like that. This is her way to get the rematch without being obligated to actually earn it. So she could be sneaking inside their teammates, up or out, and win that way. So I think Ash might win this, and that's how she gets her opportunity. For the NXT side, to further the story, why not Soruka? And and Soruka accidentally eliminates Zarya and another woman, being the final three, and she accidentally eliminates her as well, pushing that feud even more further. So how would she react? Like, not only do you stole that number one contendership against Jason James, but you stole the number one contendership for me for the TNA Knockout Championship as well. That would infuriate me as a woman if I was in her position. So. Okay. So that's all my two guesses.
Soruka is a very interesting guess because Soruka has definitely been making waves in and out of NXT and TNA and WWE. And to your point, she is now the number one contender to Jesse James' NXT Championship. That would make my day to see her win that against her, so she's already snatched her soul twice. But I like that, actually. That's a good dynamic. I wasn't thinking about Soruka because of the NXT contendership, but we have yet to see somebody else do the whole NXT TNA thing since friggin' Jesse James did it. God. But all right. Fair enough. And again, I like the different dynamic. All right, Charles. And I simply call you Charles because you're always Avatar. So, hey, this just feels normal for you. What are your 2 picks towards the Knockouts Battle Royal? Go ahead.
One, first one that JJ freaking set it for me. Tessa
Okay.
Blanchard. Like, damn it. And the
For the
second
same
one,
reasoning, Charles?
pretty much, yeah, same reasoning.
The great minds think alike sometimes here at Sid the Predicting.
Yeah, well, too much at times.
Well,
Yeah.
Walter's not here, so now it's me and Charles on the same frequency.
Then he might as well be freaking Beavis or Beavis and Butthead's brother. But
Oh,
anyway,
Noah.
continue.
I just know
Okay.
that I don't want Charles in charge of me.
Yeah. Nice reference.
Damn it.
Right. Continue,
I
Charles.
know.
Yes.
Is this Charles supposed to be not Avatar Man? It's if it's opposite day, he should be on camera.
It's not opposite day. This is look. From now, we're going to try and figure out how to make TNA even more alternative, at least once in a while, since they're already becoming a WWE similarity. This is just a first, and since he's always Avatar, I figure, fuck it, why not? And by the way, for that joke, JJ, you're in
Thank
it.
you, thank you.
There it is.
We get to virtually tip the Avatar. That being said, continue, Charles.
My second pick is I'm not going NXT, I'm going with a second one. I might not be surprised if Ash Biogas win it.
Ah! All right. Oy,
And also, I agree with Attila on the chat, by the way.
about what?
Right.
The Trick and A era.
That and something else too.
Okay,
Oh, Noah
first
by
off-
Elegance.
Yes.
Ah! First off, blah. And secondly, third, no. You know what? Anyway, God bless it. Oh, I knew they were going to find a way to even piss me off screen. All right.
You can't avoid it, Noah.
I know. The choices I make in life, be it on YouTube, fuck me. Anyway, all right. Well done, gentlemen and avatars. Tatilla, never gonna happen. I want to see Rosemary finally get her chance again. She's still the original OG knockout, in my opinion. Has not held that title since 2017. And again, since right now we're in bizarro world when it comes to who could face who as how, and I don't know what the heck Rosemary has decayed or left behind, becoming, or if the shadows simply just want to keep her in the dark, because I don't know what she's up to nowadays. I'm actually going to go with Rosemary. It's one of my picks. And yeah, they only have the knockouts title, you know, the women's tag team championships that actually have mattered since their inception, but don't have a fucking division. Also, no, God, no Ash. That's a bad Ash, but I could also see that happening. Also, damn you. And again, folks, this is brought to you, since we're talking about women in wrestling. Please subscribe today to Bag for Wrestling, our Canadian friend, Ash. And stay tuned when me and her go down under in Australia virtually Saturday night for AEW Grand Slam, as we give you 2 watch-alongs and more this upcoming weekend for all things wrestling, along with the GCW Collective. Again, the GCW form is also out now. And thank you for that comment, Ash. Always appreciate you. All avatars are welcome, by the way, on Simply Predicting. You all know where the link is. Rangers of Wrestling. Literally, we got the 2 Rangers of Wrestling in the chat. Ain't this some crazy nonsense? They just aren't avatars on screen. Good Lord. Anyway, no. I say again. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
No.
I want it just because the Noah crash out would be epic.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
Fuck you both. Anyway.
You'll love it, Noah.
No, I
wonder what-
don't.
I want to know which crash out are you looking for most? Noah's breaking if the Elegant brand does get 2 titles, all the titles, or Monet losing all her titles. I wonder which crash out could be more
Is
epic.
one really a breakdown or one more of a breakout of just absolute frills? Because I'm all about the rich and entitled getting their just comeuppance and being humbled and brought down to the common simple man level or simple woman. So yeah. Anyway,
You know who Noah really wants to win this battle royal?
oh, here we go. What the fuck?
Someone who has been announced for WrestleCon, who hasn't appeared in a
Stop it.
TNA ring
Stop
since
it.
the Border Brawl.
Stop it. You stop it. Don't
And Easter is around the corner.
stop it. Stop it. You stop it.
He wants the bunny.
JJ, I will take you off screen, Avatar. I will take you off screen. We don't mention the bunny on here because he doesn't wrestle anymore. Who did that? I didn't do that. He did that. He did that on purpose. Just to freaking you had to
To
go
make
down.
it seem like he took me off screen.
How dare you freaking look, first off, that would be the greatest moment of my life. Secondly, I don't sell out, and I will never join that freaking group. Third, a fever dream. And again, Rosemary has not been the same since the death of her bunny. Honestly, I haven't been the same since that either. Again, Allie, all the best. Thanks, JJ, for trying to bring a fantasy to reality, but highly unlikely in all likelihood. That being said,
Really quickly, while we're on the topic, do you have an autograph from her?
yes. Why you ask?
Okay. Because if you didn't already have one, I was legitimately going to try to get you one at WrestleCon because of how much you love her. But if you've already got one, I'm not going to add to. You don't need more than one.
Nah, I got my personalized
But
one.
as much of a VIP as you are for the SRS, my dog, if you didn't have one, then I was legitimately going to get you one while I was out there.
I appreciate
So
that.
I just wanted to know.
I appreciate that, but again, thanks. Daniel. Even the chat is against me. Everyone's against me on my own forum. Fuck all of you. Anyway. The madness of the oxymoron of love and hate here on the weekend of Valentine's Day. Nonetheless, if I could get two shits about that freaking holiday. Just a 14th.
You love this, Noah.
No, I don't. I endure it because for some reason you all get a fucking positive kick out of it. Are you not entertained? Damn it. Anyway, yeah, I still actually have. I'm looking at the autograph right now. It's literally above my desk with positive encouraging messages. Again, all the best to Laura Denise. That being said, yeah, Rosemary's first. As far as the second, I gotta accept reality for it is what it is at this day and age because they barely got a fucking roster at this point. But I do want to see TNA thrive. And if the suit's going to be in charge, I wonder if some biased general manager favoritism is going to come into play here. So my second's Atlanta Black. I think Atlanta Black is a fair crack to actually go after the TNA Knockouts World Championship. The newest signed knockout, first order of business by the suit of TNA. Let's forget. So those are my two picks. And I do think Atlanta Black is overdue for a redemption arc to actually try and be a freaking main champion. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rosemary and Atlanta Black. Honestly, that in itself is an awesome one-on-one number contenders match that I would love to see. So there you go. All right. Well, that being said, we go from Knockouts Madness on the countdown. Yes, by the way, if Datilla and Ash want to rant about this being on the countdown, they're more than welcome to. The countdown. We will move on. Well, hold that thought. I do see a virtual hand up. JJ, what you got to say real quick?
Since you brought up Daria Ray, what if we get another debut and it's the formerly known as Mandy Rose?
Oh, good Lord. That's as biased as ever. But
hey, fire and desire, baby.
I know. I'm well freaking aware.
And not only that, but they are legitimate business partners.
Yes,
so like you want to talk about bias, you want to talk about authority using their power.
Not the first time.
Is there any possibility, Aaron Rift likes to say highly unlikely in all likelihood. Is there even a Dumb and Dumber? So you're telling me there's a chance that this could be a reality?
In the world of professional wrestling, we truly have eat, sleep, breathed, died, and been surprised on the phrase, never say never, more than ever in the last calendar year alone. I would not rule it out in the slightest.
I mean, that's fair. I never thought I'd see Festus in the MLW Battle Riot, but there he was.
What the fuck?
That was great. That was great.
That was beyond ridiculous. That's the first most ridiculous thing this year besides El Grande Americano's mirror freaking gag. Duh. 2 months in, I already got two things that piss me off. All right. Anyway, that being said, that's our Floss Knockouts Battle Royal. Let your Floss be known. Ash Datilla. and everyone else also in the chat as we move on actually into the main card, because as far as I know, this is the only match official on the countdown. Again, folks, countdown.
Actually,
What?
from what I see, this is a part of the main card. However,
What?
TNA did post that Sinner and Saint and Ryan Nemeth will be in action on the countdown. Notice the graphic for this, throw it back up. The graphic does not say countdown to no surrender.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay.
But there are graphics for Sinner and Saint and Ryan Nemeth that say countdown 2 on them. So they'll probably go up against enhancement talent, but
Fair.
still, this should be on the main card. It might even jerk the curtain just so that they can already have all the women in the ring to start the show.
I would love this to be the opener personally, just to give a freaking showcase of an idea of what the Knockouts division has been and still should be and likely still is. But also, just want to put this out there. You expect, oh wait, you said Ryan Nemeth, the Timu Nemeth. Never mind. I was about to say, Nick Nemeth in
the little brother.
An annoying gnat with a voice worse than the secretary from Monsters, Inc. All right. That
Make sure you file your paperwork, Wazowski.
Oh, boys. Oy vey.
You did that one better than I do.
I was going to say, what the hell did I thought you showed up for a second. I was like, oh no, we're out of here. We're in trouble.
Well, someone filed the paperwork for this Avatar shenanigan nonsense. Anyway, moving on. All right. That being said, fair talk all around. Good stuff. And yeah, by the way, Atlanta Brack and Maddie Sachs have trained in the ring together. So it definitely makes sense for Mandy to show up if it does. I just don't know if it's going to show up, honestly, here in Nashville, but again, never say never. All right, well, that was a lot of fun for one match on the countdown, hopefully not countdown, as we go into what they have officially put into the main show. Let's go ahead and kick things off with the NXT TNA continuation of their partnership with this title match of all things. For, again, why was this title made? You tell me. But nonetheless, we have the TNA International Championship. Should be interpromotional at this point, in my opinion. TNA International Champion on the line as Stacks from NXT defends the gold against Trey Miguel. Spoke of you got for the 419, my hometown, Toledo, Ohio. Of course, will be signed back to TNA due to corporate bullshit. But we'll just leave it at that because I'm not going to be political here. That being said, this shot, of course, was earned when Trey Miguel earned his opportunity by retrieving, you guessed it, the briefcase in the Feast or Fired match that allowed him a chance at the title. Stacks has already been on the attack a couple of times against Trey. Honor Grace has disagreed while they're trying to get married. I'm not Steve Harvey, but this is a simple message from the simple man. Don't get married. You'll live less stressful. That being said, Stacks now has to defend the gold against Trey Miguel. So will Trey bring the gold home, or will Stacks have a stranglehold on this title for whatever reason? It was a private beyond a misfit outcast from NXT. And the new interim general manager of all things gets involved in this as well. So I'm not feeling good about this. But I'm TNA faithful for a reason, damn it. I'm kicking fans off of my Toledo boy, bringing the gold back home, signing to TNA, not for no real damn reason, without a reason behind it. Trey, bring the gold back home and get yourself a championship. Former multi-time champion. Damn it. Trey Miguel for champ. That's all I got to say about that. All right, let's go around the horn and see what the rest of you all think. Gilbert, you're next. You got a new TNA National Champion, or does this tie remain in the hands of NXT?
I'm kind of torn about this, Noah. I'm not going to lie to you. Because, on the one hand, they might continue this storyline with Ariana and her conflict with her fiance, Stacks. Keep cheating. Like, when does she pull the trigger to that enough is enough? Or does she align with her fiance? It's pretty intriguing where this might go with. So right. I kind of, I'm leaning towards Stacks. I'm like 55% sure of it. That's who I'm leaning toward. But I might change my pick there on tonight. But yeah, I think there's more story to be told with Stacks and Ariana. And Trey gets a a valiant effort and get cheated off by Stacks, by Gene.
Yeah. All the cheating in the world. Go figure. In and out of marriages. Ain't that America? Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? That being said, all right, fair enough. As long as this doesn't turn into a freaking Timu spoof of Armageddon 99, I guess I will freaking continue forward with this. Okay, so he's turns, but he's looking for a new champ as well, so I will say he picked Trey for now. And basically, all right, I saw that note, and I will do that as he has it then. So I will rewind a couple matches back for the random social icon for whatever reason. All right, but honestly, if you looked at past cards, JJ, the International Championship has been the opener when the X Division Championship hasn't been on the line. Hell, your boy Kazarian lost it to Steve Macklin in the opener at Bound for Glory. So I think this actually is more poetic. That being said,
I understand. Oh, I understand that you can finish this match since we've already started it. Just after this one,
all right, fine.
Because like I said, I have a gimmick I want to do. I just need to know when to do it. So
a gimmick. Why do I feel like I'm going to regret this? All right, well, I'll keep that in mind, and I'll honor it, at least for tonight, since we're being alternative. That being said, let's go to you next. What do you guys say regarding Styx and Trey Miguel for the TNA National Championship? This title's just been weird. It's not even been 1 year yet fully minted, and we've already had freaking 4 champions, a freaking 2-time turnover, and more often than not, I do wonder if this title is being properly presented, but again, hindsight. So, what do you guys say regarding this match and this title? Go ahead.
Kind of like Emmanuel, I'm torn on this.
Really?
I really am, because there's that part of my soul that say that Trey gets it and brings it home. But then there's that other part of me that says that Stax keeps this until we get to a bigger show and have Stax drop it, I know we have Sacrifice next.
Correct.
Then would be probably Rebellion.
I would think.
And I'm not sure what we get in May because Slammiversary is June.
Usually it's either Against All Odds or Under Siege. Same to Tilla.
I don't know if he'll hold it all the way to Slammiversary, but I'm going to go with Stax retaining right now.
I'm
going to go with Stax retaining right now.
All right. I mean, hey, it's a different dynamic, so I appreciate that. And I also will put this out there. Before Rebellion, there was also Unbreakable, where the title was minted in a triple threat tournament to a triple threat final in Las Vegas, all in the same damn night. So honestly, you might be onto something there as we approach 1 year of this championship. Okay, Charles, let's see if we're 50-50 or is it 3-1? What do you guys say regarding the TNA National Championship? You got Stax or you got Trey Miguel?
I got Stax retaining.
Damn it.
Because Impact, that backstage everywhere again, and what she got from Santino.
The Cobra.
Yep, and had that smirk on her face. It's like, yep, Stax is retaining.
Freaking.
It's gonna play ruse all along, and there you go.
Well, I mean, hey.
Sorry, Trey, but you ain't winning that title.
It doesn't take much for women to be corrupted by men. What? Anyway, all right. Well, I didn't say anything.
What's gonna get shouted at by the end of this?
No,
wow,
man. No one can shout at me.
No, you're gonna get shouted at.
Considering we have 2 women regulars in the chat room, you're going to go there? Really?
I didn't say all women. I didn't say all women. I just said, look, you got to look at the relationships here, all right? And besides, you want to put me out there, shoot, men are just as bad. I wonder who's corrupting one more than the other. I thought Honor Grace was a priceless, pure gem. Hell, she was the liaison for the NXT that I don't give 2 shits about. And now she's with this piece of shit. So, it is what it is. All right. Well, that being said, folks, we're 50-50. Okay. Now that we have moved on from that freaking car wreck waiting to happen, that'll be on either on Baggage or Love Connection. Oh, wait. Jerry Springer and Chuck Wheeler are both dead. Steve Harvey exists. I guess the Steve Harvey show could still be probably an outlet. Moving on. Let's go ahead and move back into regularly card action, not by Lee Fitting, but apparently JJ has set up a little order for me. So it looks like he has the, I don't know if BDE has a viral infection yet, but I do think he's got great potential. And as far as Eric Young, lived and died 6 or 7 times. I don't freaking know what to make of that guy anymore. But that being said, they're going one-on-one. Let's move on to this match. We have BDE versus Eric Young going one-on-one. Of course, BDE recently signed to TNA Wrestling, and Eric Young, the jury is out, whatever the hell he's freaking going to be doing right now. But after the chaos that ensued earlier on Impact Wrestling tonight, for those that watch, this one-on-one match was basically made official. As again, Eric Young says he's ready to cleanse TNA Wrestling. The cleanse is coming. The cleanse is coming. But last week, he gave the gift of time to BDE, but he says now his time is up. And basically, Eric Young wanted an answer, and BDE basically gave him a chance to be the hero. And BDE said basically no as far as going along with Eric Young in this cleansing. So, JJ, it's not the purge coming to a theater near you, but the cleansing, I guess, is still coming. I guess it'll come sooner than beer, but again, the hindsight's 2020. But that being said, this was also made official when Eric Young hit BDE with that devastating freaking pile driver, and then another pile driver, almost until security got involved. So online, folks, it's a grudge bout. So let's go around the horn and see what everybody thinks here. And fuck it. You know what? It's Avatar mode. We're just going to keep this thing going around the world in the same circle, clockwise. JJ, you're on bubble next. Let's just fucking get in this. What the fuck is happening with Eric Young? Well, then again, I don't expect you to ever have the answer to that. But what do you think of these chances being this former, let's call it it is, TNA Grand Slam champion?
I think the chances are really good because unless EY is going to reveal what the cleanse is on this show, I don't see him winning. I feel like EY is at the point in his career where he's just there to put over the young new talent to help get them established. You know, they get to make a name by beating a guy who, you know, is synonymous with TNA. I mean, this is the only guy that has pretty much held every championship except the Knockouts World title because he was half of the Knockouts Tag Champions.
You had to bring that stat up.
I was can't hit me with that sound effect because it's accurate information.
It's accurate, but it's also just blah.
Maybe so, but he has held pretty much every championship, including being half of a Knockouts team. So what more is there for EY to do? So again, unless he's going to debut the cleanse, and as much as I hate to put this in the ether,
Don't, what are you doing?
I almost wonder if it's going to be Dark State. Because EY seems like the type of person that would take them under his wing.
I will boycott both brands if that happens.
But I've got BDE getting the dub here.
All right.
And that is official.
I see what you're doing. All righty. Very good. Noted. Again, folks, your predictions will only matter when you fill out the form. The form will be available 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday morning. Agreed, Datilla. Agreed. Even Datilla and I can agree sometimes, folks. No, that being said, fuck Dark State to the dark oblivion they crawled out of, darker than the shadow realm that couldn't keep them trapped. Anyway, that being said, I'm all discombobulated now. I'm okay. I'm fine. I am fine. Charles, you're next. Don't worry, folks. We're not going clockwise with every match here. I'm going to keep the dynamics going because that's part of the fun of City Predicting, damn it. Charles, you're next. What you got to say regarding this match and the cleanse, if you want to guess what the cleanse is?
I hate the fact that JJ was in my brain again.
Oh, bloody hell.
Damn it, Charles.
Damn you both.
I was thinking Dark State for the entire time here with that part of the cleanse. Like, what the heck?
Blech.
But as far as the winner goes, yeah, I see BDE win this. 'Cause
All right.
Eric Young's gonna make him look damn good.
Yeah. He's got a lot of potential. I wouldn't mind
Oh,
seeing
he
him go
does.
after the X Division Championship. Him and Leon Slater would be a banger.
BDE is another YouTuber that transferred over, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if I make the comparison of him to Logan Paul, I'm not that far off.
Not really.
Okay. I was going to say that BDE is on par in his ability with Logan Paul. And you can like or you can hate Logan Paul. That's a personal decision.
Correct.
That's not the point of the comparison.
Correct.
But if you look at what Logan Paul does in the ring and you look at what BDE does in the ring, they're kind of on par with their abilities.
This is very accurate. And I also agree with both that dissertation and that sentiment, the outlook of the wrestler versus the person. Sometimes you have to really distinguish which one you really invest in versus which one you choose to follow every iota, damn second of your life, doom scrolling through your phone because you don't know what reality is. Then again, hindsight. The word of the day is hindsight. All right, well, thank you for that, JJ. Okay, Gilbert, close this thing out. So far, it looks like we are unanimous with BDE beating EY come tomorrow night. Do you agree?
I think it'll be in the item at all. I think Eric Young is going to win this one.
What the hell?
There it is. There's the card.
Give me your card. There's the first
No,
one.
no. That's not that outrageous. That's not
I
that
suppose-
outrageous.
I suppose that's true.
Come on.
All right. I'll give
Again,
the benefit
he's
of the doubt.
held every championship damn near in the company. It's not an outrageous claim.
But what does he have to gain to your point in winning?
Destroying a young upstart. That's why I say if the cleanse debuts to help him, I don't know. Technically, BDE could still get the dub because of a disqualification.
Exactly.
But who knows?
All right.
Referee shenanigans are a thing.
Yeah.
The ref could be in on it.
Oh, God. Now you're trying to bring corrupted referees into play like freaking Eric Bischoff's son? Okay, stop it. Stop
I'm just saying, I've seen it before. We saw it recently in GCW when Christian Napier was the referee.
That's fair. That's fair.
And rejoined the Cogers to form Vandal 48.
Okay, fair. But seriously, can we at least get one referee that can take a bump or show some integrity in TNA again that's not named Daniel Spencer? And honestly, it's got potential, but I don't know. I think that's the plan for the ref. So there's that. Anyway, did you work?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with JJ. I think we're going to see the fans finally come out. We've been talking about it for months now. It's time for them to debut wherever they are and help them win against BDE. I mean, plus you have to think about tonight he got beat up. And how 100% is he going to be tomorrow night? I mean, that's another factor that's going to happen too. Is his neck going to be an issue? Is it performing to his full capability? It's just one of those things. It might be Eric Young. He needs to make that stable, seem legit, because a loss right now would not help him at all. So that's my thoughts.
All right, that's fair. And here's a little PSA from our Canadian friend Ash. Welcome to our TED Talk. It's hard to separate the art from the artist, the character from the actor, when some have difficulty doing so themselves. Based on clips I watched, BDE is pretty good. So more so it's just a ring an endorsement. And again, Ash, we've seen BDE. Well, I have. Again, quote unquote, your girl probably hasn't been keeping up with TNA wrestling lately because she got priorities. God bless her. That being said, BDE's been around the block even before TNA wrestling. When Logan Paul was literally wrestling fetus when he didn't wrestle a single match before going to WWE, BDE's been wrestling independent. So, yeah, absolutely. And of course, he got his first chance to shine at the Bound for Glory Call Your Shot Gauntlet and has been up and up ever since, even against Flop Dollar. I mean, heck, Flop Dollar even made the guy look pretty good. So, I mean, If he can do that, then I think anybody can. But Eric Young, being the veteran that he is, I could definitely see this match taking on a whole different dynamic. And I do think BD has all the potential to become an X Division champion already. I really do. But yeah, BD for the win, despite Eric Young's experience and level of violence by design that he's sure to unleash. Okay, good stuff, everybody. Let's go ahead and move on right down this card. And so far, I've been digging what y'all are saying, but can you dig this tag team unity for one night only, possibly? Because right now we have the Righteous and the Hardys freaking together to take on the Order 4. And yes, that does include Special Agent Zero. Oh boy. 8-man tag. Sandman. All right. Enough of that. We're all snapping off screen. I love it. Again, you can't see us snapping, but you hear it. Anyway, guys, this is a unique 8-man tag. The Hardys and the Righteous together against the Order 4. Of course, the Great Khans, Jason Archer, Don Skyler, Special Agent Zero, and Mustafa Ali. And I would not count out Tasha Steele being too far away if we're also considering this. But I also want to add this to your perspective. Note one person who's not on the card Friday, but thanks to TNA, officially will be on Saturday. Elijah. Elijah, of course, we take it on Mustafa Ali and get this. Guitar casket match on Saturday night at TNA Wrestling taping. Of course, we were making 1 to 3.
Saturday.
That non-cover, right, but also accurate. Anyway, we heard the Righteous. They wanted this, man, when they last challenged the Hardys last PLE, and then they came out saying, we don't want to face you. We want to be with you. Good Lord Almighty. This is more bizarre than anything I've seen off the Hardy compound yet. That being said, the Righteous look to make a statement as they stand alongside the current reigning, seems like forever now, TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardys, against the Order 4, where JD still petitioning for the Great Khans to become the future champions. And we still don't know fully what Agent Zero is capable of, so I'm pretty sure that's definitely going to be the secret weapon. So let's go around the horn and see what you all think about this 8-man tag. Straight up, no gimmick, no freaking stipulation. It's just an 8-up tag, pure grudge, because the Hardys have been assaulted by the Order 4, and the Righteous want to stay by the Hardys. So here's a proving ground match, I guess, to that. And the Hardys said yes. Will they regret it? You tell me. Again, it's the fix already in. Dig what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and see what you think. Gilbert, because this match is weird and you're weird, you're going first. What do you got to say about this 8-man tag?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what to say about this match. It's like, where is the end? Yeah, it's true. Like, it's so weird that I don't know what to say about the Righteous. Like, where's the angle? Like, are they actually going to help them the Hardys out, or are they going to cost them and walk away during the match? It's like one of those questions like you need to ask. Like, is it one of those situations like, like, well, they defeated once. Well, if we get like inside, we at least know their weaknesses, and that's how we win the tag team title. I could see that. So I can see the oddballs, the Hardys, and the Righteous somehow, some way getting this victory, because Order 4, like they still had the Elijah problem. Not sure if he's going to cost him again, because their feud needs to end, but they haven't made crystal clear that Elijah has, got over them. So it's one, like, I feel like Elijah might help him again for some more reason, I guess.
I mean, we're in Nashville. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes out on a horse with no name. Feels good to be out of the rain, considering the graphics might show it's going to be rainy in Nashville. And the last time we saw Elijah Mustafa Ali, it was Mustafa Ali that once again brained him with his own damn guitar. Lest we forget, that's leading towards this guitar casket match, which I'm guessing is a guitar-shaped casket. I don't think you got to put your opponent and their guitar in the casket. That just would be beyond weird. But then again, this is TNA Wrestling. Also, I just want to put that out there. Thank you for that prediction. He picked the oddballs, the newest form of the oddities for the win, Charles. Tonight on TNA Wrestling in the main event in an 8-man mixed tag of sorts when it came to the System versus Mike Centeno, Moose, and the Hardys. It was Jeff Hardy that was pinned by Bear Bronson of the System after getting his head driven into the mat for the pinfall. So Jeff Hardy's definitely not going in here at 100%. And the System now have technically a pinfall win over the current TNA Tag Team Champions. Just want to put that out there in perspective when it comes to what you think might happen next, cause and effect. But go ahead, Charles. Your pick for this match.
I am waiting just for the Righteous to turn on the Hardys. I'm waiting for the Hardys and the Righteous go to the Hardy compound. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, jeez.
So basically, Order 4 is winning this. And also, I'm still backing Elijah, so this is the only time I'm ever back in Order 4.
Okay, so because Elijah's not involved, you're back up the Order 4, but you're all in on Elijah.
Did I say before I've been to NXT?
Fair enough. You've walked with this man since he was literally drifting in bygone eras. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, JJ. It's on you now to put a final note on this. What you got to say regarding this 8-man tag? I mean, do you really think this is what this is going to lead to? Hardys versus the Righteous, or the System, since they pinned the champs, will they be considered next challengers? Your great hands haven't touched the Hardys yet in any form of match or have pinned them in any capacity, and you're still trying to petition them for a tag team champion. So go for it, bro.
In Ali, I trust. Short, simple, to the point. I'm pretty much on frequency with what Charles said, as I have been, as he has been with me.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be a turn just yet, but I don't think that the Hardys and the Righteous, whether it's an alliance or whether we get a turn, I don't think that they're going to go to the next level until they get broken. So even if the Righteous don't turn, I could see the need to get Broken Matt and Brother Nero in order to fully sync up with the Righteous.
Yeah.
And if the Righteous do turn, much like Charles said, I think it goes to the compound for the cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, the madness.
At Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Perfectly named.
Yeah, I was about to say, literally at the enigmatic cross on fire of all freaking things with no orange sunshine. You literally took the show and the outlook right out of my damn head. Because I do believe that literally we are on the verge of the next Hardy compound match. And this one might make the most sense, if you can believe that or not. Because the Righteous are as batshit crazy creative as the Hardys are, if we're being perfectly honest. So, yeah, I do think we're on the verge of Hardys and Righteous too, but it's a false sense of security right now for the TNA Tag Team Champions too. But I'm actually going with the Hardys and the Righteous because if the Righteous want to really get onto that point with the Hardys, you got to let them get the first win going in. And I also think that Elijah is not going to be too far away from this, despite the fact they are going to have a guitar case casket match the following day on Impact. That just sounds weird in itself. Either way, I see Elijah definitely sticking to Mustafa Ali once again, or somehow being in his head, and I do think the Hardys and the Righteous will prevail. Because I do think Agent Zero is going to be neutralized, and that will be their downfall. Going with the Hardys and the Righteous as well. All right. Well, again, that was weird. Now let's try and get back a little bit into normal. Oh, fuck me. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's just go along with it. No, just piece. Okay, well, anyway, from 4-on-4 to 2-on-2, as we deal with a handicap in its own right that pisses me off on a daily basis. Let's talk about the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. As, of course, the Elegance brand, M and Heather by Elegance. I pray to fucking God, that's the only two damn things I see. Of course, it's the graphic on the screen. Defend the gold against Indy Hartwell and Zaya Brookside. As, of course, Indy Hartwell and Zaya Brookside, the Angel Warriors and Indy Hartwell in themselves, all have their eyes on leaving No Surrender with gold to come. Well, if you're East Coast, that is later tonight. The Elegance brand, of course, coming off that defense successfully against Zaruka. They're going to break up that team because WWE does not care about tag team wrestling. It's going to implode. You all know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Tick tock, tick tock. I'm just saying. But anyway, that being said, since we know that Ling Ling Lee is busy, Indy Hartwell, of course, will step up alongside Sarah Brookside to take a crack for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. And of course, we did see one half of the Elegance brand in by the other half of their opponents. So kind of this makeshift team, the only other team right now in TNA Wrestling, if you can believe it or not, folks, take the gold off the Elegance brand, or will once again the Elegance brand keep the gold, knowing Ash by Elegance is back along with a second. Let's go around the horn and see if y'all think there's going to be new TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. I feel like I know what the answer is going to be, and I feel like I'm going to say fuck the point, but then again, sometimes you got to think with your mind and not your heart, it seems. Let's go around the horn and see what y'all think about this. Charles, we'll start with you. Do you have new TNA Knockouts for Tag Team Champions? Go ahead.
No, we're not having new champs. The Elegance brand are keeping the belts. Sorry, Noah.
Sometimes I wonder if winning is actually you win in the end, or do you still freaking lose? Okay, well, that being said, thank you for that, Charles. Gilbert, go ahead. Let's see what you guys say. Indy Hartwell, of course, coming back a little bit after her face got rearranged in that dog collar match with Jenny Luna and Nia Brookside, Layleen Lee, previous challengers to get knockouts World Tag Team Championships on numerous occasions. Now even the Inspiration held them. So Nia's still looking for her for a piece of gold in TNA in general, while Indy Hartwell is going to become the knockout still, in my opinion. That being said, go ahead. What do you guys say regarding this?
Like the Elegant brand, I think that it has run its course. To be honest, with you, Noah.
Of course.
Yeah, well, a long time ago, but it's still chugging along, just like a certain faction and Raw that not shall be named because we're talking about TNA.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's focus on TNA, not the Fed. Thank you.
yeah. So
Kind of like the faction in AEW.
yeah, it's
Some
certain
things are actually
too.
persistent for a reason, and some things are persistent because they're the only freaking thing there. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, Indy and Zaya Brooks, I kind of need this tag team titles and see what they go with this. To be honest, like who else is the Elegant brand need to face? Like they already got their titles once, and they went to a circuit, and now they're getting the second title. I don't know who else is left for them to face. Like there's no other baby face tag team right now for the TNA side. So I would say Indy Hartwell and Zaya Brookside for the win.
I admire the optimistic outlook of you, Emmanuel, and this is one of those bizarre situations where so much of me wants to agree with you, but at the end of the day, we are still predicting, and if this is not the most obvious match on this card, I don't know what isn't. So before I give it to JJ Williams, who's been a ringing endorser of the Elegance brand, fuck this! There is nothing else related to women's tag team wrestling in this damn company right now that's been as consistent as this fucking Timu Maybelline tried to be endorsed beauty parlor of nonsense. That's the Elegance brand. Bottom line, they freaking hold the Knockouts tag gold or they're fucking nothing. Let's just be honest here. They're the definition of a women's tag team in TNA, since they can't recreate the beautiful people or have a toxic attraction like they originally did in Rainbow Shit NXT. I gotta go with the Elegance brand here because at the end of the day, you can't argue with results and numbers, and Indy Hartwell's going to become the TNA Knockouts World Champion, and the Angel Warriors are the original duo. Indy Hartwell is a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, but I just don't see fans going her way. And for once, I pray to God lightning might strike me and I might get reverse psychology and TNA actually surprises me, but I don't want it to just be a fucking turnaround for them to get it back again adding another elegance midget to the freaking faction if need be, or somebody else that throws glitter in people's eyes not named Rip Taylor. Fuck that T-Woo Premier Herman to hell, by the way. Elegance brand for the fucking win. Okay, JJ, go ahead. Lend your thoughts towards this match. I'm fine now.
All right, look, I would really love for Indy and Zaya to win.
You and me both.
I would. I think everybody here would love for that to actually happen. But to counterpoint what Emmanuel said, because he brought up that there's no other babyface team to go after him, there's no other heel team to really go after Indy and Zaya.
Accurate.
The best you've got is Victoria Crawford, the former Alicia Fox, whatever the fuck she's calling herself now this week, and Tessa Blanchard.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
There's more tag teams in my NXT than there are in TNA.
I still can't fucking believe that's the case, and you got 3 of them. 4, technically.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't tune into Impact weekly.
Go for it.
Have the Ren QCC challenged yet?
No.
That could be your new Knockouts tag champions. Because goddamn it, Ren Sinclair is overdue for some shit.
That I actually do agree with.
And Kendall Gray is hot enough that you could have her double belted. Just throwing that out there. But I am going to stick with the Elegance brand.
Okay, thank you very
and
much.
And then I play this card face down and I end my turn.
God damn it. I hit my freaking heartstrings with the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck you both. All right, moving on. Hey, babe. My blood pressure. It's a good thing I can see my cardiologist and my doctor a week apart next month. Whether or not I'm actually in better shape or worse shape, hindsight's 2020. Again, take a drink every time I said hindsight tonight. You'd probably be asleep already. Warm milk. I do not endorse alcoholism. Somehow I'm still 99.7% sober. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Okay.
With us, probably not much longer.
That's also accurate. All right, let's go ahead and move on from there to the only women's title that I care about that might literally be somehow connected to WWE, but is still the cornerstone of TNA wrestling, thankfully. As we have Lei Ling Lee defending the TNA Knockouts World Championship against what the fuck? Ariana Grace of NXT. And yes, that is, of course, Santino Marella's daughter. I say that because she literally went to her daddy, the director of Authority, and asked for a chance, for this opportunity, to try and show that she can be taken seriously and deserves a crack at being champion. What the fuck have you done besides kicking your father in the nonads and dealing with a piece of shit that might be your future husband? Good luck to divorce court. That being said, Ariana Grace is now challenging Lei Ling Lee for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. It's once again TNA versus NXT. Fuck me. But I will say this. Lei Ling Lee has been a commendable fighting champion, taking on comers, of course, from TNA and NXT, coming off that great defense against Zarya that demonstrated arguably Zarya's best match. She's been associated with the letters WWE. Of course, she did lose just yesterday on NXT, so the jury is out what her future is going to hold. That being said, we also know that the suit is highly disagreeing on this, but as we also talked about earlier, Ariana Grace just stole the Cobra from Santino Marella. The last time we saw Santino Marella come so close to a world championship was inside the Elimination Chamber against Daniel Bryan, and the Cobra struck, and he nearly left the gold. So do we get a similar situation here that might make me jump out of my chair and say, what the fuck, in pure shock and disbelief, or does Lei Ling Lee thunderstruck her back to catering? Let's go around your horn here and get y'all's predictions. We will start first and foremost with JJ here. JJ, Ariana Grace, the jury is out. What the hell is becoming of her besides, another case on your insert court show here about relationships that fall apart. But Lei Ling Lee, I think the fix is in for what the suit wants for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And if you don't believe me, Think about her first signing. Think about who went face to face with her post match against Zarya. I'm just saying, hindsight's 2020. Do you got a new TNA Knockouts World Champion, or is this just another buffer for someone that's becoming? All right, play it again, I see.
I summoned my Emmanuel card.
Oh, fuck me!
I've got Ariana Grace taking the championship.
What?
Then her and Stax will be belted up together.
Have you been smoking Walter stuff?
No,
You got Ariana Grace.
I
You got a
do.
TNA Knockout World Champion.
I do.
That is the bonus prediction tonight.
That's why I'm calling the Emmanuel card out.
Oh
Correct me
my
if I'm wrong, Emmanuel, but is that not the purpose of the card, is to make an outlandish prediction?
the fuck?
Yep. Yes, it is.
So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I've got Ariana Grace taking the title.
Wow.
Her and Stax are going to be belted up, if even just for a month together.
You got a better chance of me singing and dancing to Kit Wilson's themes on WrestleMania karaoke if that happens. Fuck
Right.
you.
Y'all know
Yeah,
how to
wow.
make that happen, folks. $25 super chat.
Nope, that's gonna be 100 because I ain't doing that shit. That's the worst Death Rebel theme I've heard yet. That combines K-pop and everything bad about pop music today. So nice try, bruv. All
So
right,
many people love that song, though, dude. Like, for
Thank
real.
you.
fucking
It is over.
When you hear the song, as soon as the song, the crowd just loses it. When you hear the song plays.
And then he gets squashed by people like Femi in less than a minute, and rightfully so. All right. That being said, there's the bonus prediction of the night. It was bound to happen somewhere. Fuck me. And that car got destroyed. And there goes all the Manuel's life points. He loses. All right. That being said, wow, JJ. Wow. Simply put, Layla's not losing the title. Thank you. Charles, let's see how you balance this match. Add to it. You're TNA Knockouts World Champion.
I guess, well, two people were going to play the Emmanuel card tonight.
What the fuck am I dealing with? Fuck this!
Yep. I side with Jay on this. I see a new champ.
Unbelievable.
2 for a month. So there you go.
Freaking young Marella before Santino Marella wins a fucking world title. Unfucking believable. All right. Well, I don't think I have to ask Emmanuel, but fuck it. Let's humor it. Go ahead. Am I the only one on the island of logic?
I don't know what to say. This is hilarious, man.
This is beyond ridiculous. I'm in the fucking paradigm shift of freaking Doctor Who's telephone booth in the wormhole for an alternate reality where we got Ariana Grace as TNA Knockouts World Champion.
I think Emmanuel is just laughing at the fact that somebody else legitimately pulled out the card.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Not once, but twice.
And the fact that I did the whole gimmick and laid it face down at the end of my last turn so I could summon it this turn, like the whole theatrics behind it, I think is what's killing him the most.
You dickhead. You
Yes,
freaking
it is.
brilliant dickhead. Continue,
Now you
Emmanuel.
understand why I wanted you to go in order, Noah?
Yes.
I needed to know so I could play
Yes.
my card face down.
All right, fair enough. He played his turn, he waited, and he executed when he needed to. You fucking brilliant idiot. All right, Emmanuel, go ahead. Wrap this shit up. God.
I think I have to go with JJ and Charles with this. No, I think you're in it. I don't know.
Word from our sponsor.
I'm surrounded by fucking idiots.
Word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Charles. What the bloody hell world am I living in where we're having the TNA Knockouts World Championship for the person of all people from NXT? The fuck? Oh, yeah.
This is great.
all
Oh,
know
my
it.
brain. My freaking brain. I'm going to have an aneurysm during this match now just because of this prediction. Oh, God!
That's Noah
Oh,
right now.
It is.
I'm getting my haircut tomorrow, too, by the way. All right.
Oh.
Wow. Again, railingly,
Look,
don't lose
when
this
it
title.
comes right down to it, I feel like it makes sense from a storyline perspective. It may not make
That's
physical sense. Ariana Grace may not be the type of person that you think of for a Knockouts championship run. But when you figure she went to her dad for the match, she pocketed the Cobra. Her man is one champion. I could totally see this playing out. And then you've got the power couple of TNA. You know, you've just gotta, it falls into place from the storyline perspective. It doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be something that you would normally expect, and that's what makes it beautiful. Expect the unexpected, because Ariana Grace is not someone you would ever think of for a Knockouts championship.
Daria Ray,
But
please make
again,
sure.
depending on who wins the battle royal, could very easily just be transitional to get it to them next month. And then you get Lei Yin back in the tag division, and the Angel Warriors can be doing their thing again,
Oy vey. All I
which
know
has
is
kind of been put on hiatus with her as her run.
all I
Then
know
you
is that
bring Indy back up to go for the title again.
Oy vey.
You know, there's so many positives that come from it.
In your optimistic world that no one listens to, JJ, because the companies don't give a fuck about you. That being
Hey,
said,
nobody listens. The two people underneath me sided with me,
yeah.
but nobody
Exactly.
listens. Noah.
yeah, you got fans. You don't have corporate investment. That being said,
I,
Daria
I
Ray,
haven't given my reason yet.
Daria
haven't given
Ray,
my
you better
reason yet.
freaking restore law and order by this spring quick. Now go ahead.
I was about to say, I haven't given my reason yet, but it makes sense because storyline wise, like, let's say Ariana Grace is out cold, and then, like, remember from last week's match when she thought her man got the win when she looked, she turned around and she ignored 1, 2, 3. She was so excited that her man won cleanly, but then he tells her the truth. What if that kind of strings her along? What if Ariana Grace is knocked down and somehow some way she gets the pin and she's act all surprised like did I win? Like and she gets the title, she's gonna be like, did I do it all by myself? Stack is not gonna tell her the truth. Like he's going to lie to her. Like, yeah, you did it all on your own, baby. And that's how they become the power couple that JJ pointed out. So with that logic, you know, remember, yeah, with Elena Black, she's yet to be determined. She could be babyface or a heel. Like, which one do you prefer, Noah? Like, she could be the hero that brings that title back to the TNA side.
I don't need this title flip flop with the black and chrome shit every damn month to get. Ah, fucking hell.
Well, let's not forget that we've got Sacrifice, Roadblock, and Stand and Deliver, and then possibly Rebellion. So that's 4 shows in the next couple of months that they could do this at.
That's more NXTNA bullshit. All right, fine. Anyway, you all could be on your island of craziness. Fucking hell. Daria Ray, all I know is that you better pull a freaking order like Satya Morel did when he first was director of Ford if some bullshit like that happens. And correct this. All right. Fucking hell. Maybe Daria Ray is more right than I thought. Moving on, we had a lot of talks. These people pissed me off. This has been a unique first time ever Avatar edition, and more likely will be the last after what's happened. Let's go ahead and move into our main event, which might as well be on a house show because Neither of the main titles of the TNA are on the line, but they could have implications on both those very titles down the line. Option C, you tell me. Call your shot, possibly. Let's go ahead and get into what most likely will be the main event, because we have the TNA World Champion and the TNA X Division Champion, Mike Santana and Leon Slater, taking on Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. Nick Nemeth, who still holds the Call Your Shot gauntlet, and Eddie Edwards, who, of course, earned the TNA World Championship opportunity if Feast are fired. Since Eddie Edwards once again reprogrammed the system now with Cedric Alexander and Bear Bronson, and again, the system just picked up a win this past Thursday on TNA Wrestling, why Mike Santana and Moose are looking to line together, take down the system. Daria Ray says, we're not going to do that right now. There's too much at stake. There's also been talks that Daria Ray might have been speaking with Leon Slater about the X Division Championship and using option C. So right now, Mike Santana might literally be looking at 3 guaranteed opponents to challenge him for the TNA World Championship. But as far as one night goes, can Leon Slater and Mike Santana get the job done together to hold it down for real champions of TNA against future TNA World Championship challengers? Or does all hell break loose and we get other parties involved here, including about limited to the NXT Outcasts, fuck them all, that could also get involved to throw some disarray? Does Moose come back to dismantle the system if the system gets involved, etc., etc., etc.? And what the hell is Kazarian up to speak into the suit right now? How does he try to get involved in the title picture, considering he's the one that lost the gold at Genesis? Let's go around the horn and see what y'all think is the future of the TNA World and X Division Championships out of this main event showcase match. That's truly all it is. Or is it more? Does the name of that matter actually call his shot? Does Eddie Edwards allow him to? Does Eddie Edwards influence who he goes after the TNA World Championship against? A lot of possibilities here that are much more realistic inside TNA than your fever dream of a power couple of JJ's booking for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. This is where I thought you would go much more in depth. Not the TNA Knockouts World title, but you surprised me once again, idiots. Let's go around the horn and see what you all think. I'm just going to start right now and say I don't think that Nick Nemeth is going to call his shot, and I do think that Mike Santana and Leon Slater are going to continue forward. I do think Leon Slater has been an incredible X Division, and I want to see him defend against the likes of Trimmigan and BDE, but option C is very much still a thing. And with Rebellion around the corner after Sacrifice, where usually option C has been called in the past, unless you forget, if you all looked at the option C history, or should I say Turning Point or, Destination X, if they bring that back. Maybe they'll bring that back, actually. I could see Leon Slater becoming a future challenger towards Mike Santana in a very strong mutual bout over the TNA World title. And maybe this is the first step of teasing that. But that being said, I'm going with Mike Santana and Leon Slater for the win, because how do you go against the champions? That's all I got to say about that. Now it's all on you. Because JJ played the Emmanuel card last time, and honestly, any further prediction here won't really shock me, because I figure you're going to keep with all 4 men. Let's go to the man that created the Emmanuel card first, Gilbert Boy, and see what he has to say regarding this match. Gilbert, you're on the bubble. What do you got to say regarding this main event tag team showcase match? What is the future of the X Division and World Championships? Do you see it not calling a shot? Does the system break down? What's going to happen?
I feel that Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards is going to win this one by interference by the system, to be honest, because right now Eddie Edwards needs the momentum. If he has that, briefcase that he gets the guaranteed shot to Santana's title, he needs to get that win to make you believe that maybe Santana doesn't have all the answers and able to save his title during whenever he does that match, when they do that match. So I'm going with Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards, because they both need to show that they could be able to defeat Mike Santana, but most likely Eddie Edwards is going to get the pin over Santana. Or most likely Santana. I would have got a change flip up with Leon, but it doesn't prove the point, so being Santana could be good for him.
All right, fair enough. So he's actually going with the opposition to get momentum. And Eddie Edwards right now, who rebooted the system, that makes sense. But Charles, Nick Nemeth has a shot no matter what in win or defeat. So him eating the fall here, and of course him being the show off and the guy that he's always been, Mr. Cell. I mean, him being pinned is not too far fetched. And also, he's a former TNA World Champion. So if Mike Santana was to spin his block, it would actually make more sense. Hell, he spun his block when he tried to freaking call his shot on him at Genesis. Let's forget. I think history repeats itself personally because I think Eddie Edwards preserves himself. I personally don't see Eddie Edwards and Nick Nemeth being on the same page for the entire duration of this. Knowing that impending, let's call it what it is, opportunity could be there. What you gotta say, Charles?
Well, Emmanuel pretty much said what I was gonna say.
Then extend.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't see no cash-ins though.
All right. Just gonna leave it like there, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Yep, fair enough. All right. Well, that being said, we go to JJ to round things out here to see how in depth he goes with this and if he tries to put the clown of TNA back on the throne in some way possible. JJ, you're on the bubble. What do you got to say regarding the TNA World, the Exhibition Championship, the Collier Shot, and the outlook of TNA Wrestling as we know? Let's be honest here. These four men are the outlook of TNA, despite the fact you trust in Ali. These guys are going to lead TNA Wrestling into whatever bizarre future we're going to see. So good luck.
First of all, who is it that you're referring to as the clown of TNA? You must
Top
be
five.
talking about Ryan Nemeth or something.
Top 5 answers on the board.
Because I know you are not referring to the king of TNA.
Not a king anymore. It doesn't have his crown.
Doesn't matter.
It does
He
matter.
sat upon his throne. He will forever be the king of TNA. You show him some respect.
You know who else did? Julius Caesar, and he got stabbed in the back by his brother.
That's fine. Kazarian did not get stabbed in the back by his brother.
All kings are eventually overthrown eventually.
Or they die in office.
Damn right. Anyway, continue.
That said, I'm going for Team Babyface here.
Nice. We got a 50-50. Continue.
I don't know if Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards are going to be able to coexist.
Ding, ding.
To be fair, though, the same can be said about Slater and Santana. You know, but I feel like they're going to be able to get along a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that Eddie Edwards has the briefcase and Nick Nemeth has the Collier Shot, there's going to be too much infighting to try to get to Santana.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me when Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth tied together, and they both were lobbying over the same exact thing, and we all saw how that tag match worked out. So case in point.
So that's where I go with this one.
All right. Do you think afterwards, though, that Leon Slater will catch in option C or still maintain with the X Division title? You've been wanting to see him go through all the OGs.
I have, and I wouldn't call Santana an OG though.
No.
So I'm going to say no to right now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I think if Leon is going to cash in option C, he's going to do it if, and I stress the word if,
Big if.
AJ Styles wins the TNA title.
You really are holding out for the phenomenal run one last time.
That's why I said if.
Big ass if.
Okay, because if you think about the wording, he kept saying that his WWE career would be over.
I'm aware.
There's a lot of people, and I'm not saying I'm one of them, even though I would like to see it. There's a lot of people that think he is still coming to TNA for one more run. We all know Slater wants a crack at AJ. I
This is
don't
accurate.
think it would be for the X Division title. I think it would be an option C situation if AJ comes in and wins the world title.
Well, Lord knows TNA needs that star power. So, I mean, again, the roster, I mean, like we literally just talked about the knockouts, for example. Good God, they do not have the depth. All
No.
right.
The
That-
only way it would be for the X Division title is if AJ were to take it off Slater and then execute option C for a world title shot.
Much like Frank Kazarian did when he first came back and took it off Speedball Mike Bailey for his first crack against Josh Alexander and lost, but still the same exact track path. I get it. I get it. But again,
So
hindsight.
that's I think Slater is going to be a fighting X Division champion unless he sees his opportunity to go toe to toe with the legend he wants to fight.
Or if he thinks that he just needs to pull the trigger and somehow we get a surprise announcement that Destination X returns, because that would be the perfect stage for that to happen. I do see what you are saying. But either way, yeah, my standout, Leon Slater, you can't have either guy getting pinned here or losing. You can't, in my opinion. It's just one of those things where I just don't think right now, even on a non-title at-risk double jeopardy non-existent situation here, I just don't see either champion being pinned. I don't. So that's why I also went with my San Leon Slater. There's just too much right now on the opposite side that could implode or cause it to implode. When is the problem if a ref bump happens, the system comes down, runs rampant, and then Moose wipes them all out? Because there's another story brewing right now, and that's Moose versus Eddie Edwards after Moose said he was the one that built the system. So again, the jury is out, and he's the one that knows how to dismantle it. Hell, he opened TNA Wrestling regarding that, and he and Mike Santana wanted to align together to destroy them. Calls himself the face of the franchise for a reason because he's been through everything here in TNA. You're talking about Eric Young being through everything in TNA. Moose has been through everything in TNA in the present.
Has Moose been half of the knockout tag champs?
No, we don't.
Then he hasn't been through everything.
Will you stop it, you freaking asterisk?
I will not.
Stop it. Freaking
Nope.
asterisk. Bullshit. All right. Anyway, that is such a sour note. Oy vey. That's why, again, these tag titles. Ugh. All right, but anyway, folks, that's TNA No Surrender on this crazy first ever edition of All Avatar Simply Predicting. So do you agree with everything you heard tonight, it seems? Do you disagree with anything? What else do you hope to see moving forward towards Sacrifice and Pending Rebellion? Do we get Destination X returning? Are we once again going to be unbreakable during WrestleMania week? Does NXT take over TNA again as we know it? And does more happen when it comes to who truly is in a role of authority? Let your opinions, your thoughts, your final predictions be known in the chat or the comment section down below as we include. This has been one of the craziest editions yet to predicting. I don't know if we're going to do this type of thing again, but this was extremely fun, optimistic, and BSing to say the least. Let's go around the horn and get the fuck out of here and plug what everyone's doing when they're not avatars all the time on your screens in and out of this wrestling community. Again, folks, these predictions, by the way, that these gentlemen have spoken are not official unless submitted on the forum, and the forum will be out 8 p.m. at the 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the latest come this Friday, February 13th. So again, if you're part of the TNA League, make your impact if you haven't already, but continue to do so if you are, and get those predictions in. They will be final come 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not a minute later. Good luck to everybody. Let's get the fuck out of here, and let's go ahead and get some sleep. I got work in the morning. Gilbert, always a pleasure. Don't burn yourself on sparklers. Try not to burn out your manual cards either, because apparently they're flying off the shelves because we got 2 other people that have endorsed them. I didn't know they could be in the same decks. Damn it. Go ahead and plug where the people can find you and promote your stuff.
Yeah, you can find me at Interactive Games and Movies. This Sunday, if you want to see a movie, please suggest it. Leave a comment going on Facebook. Hey, I want to see WWE, maybe TNA, maybe AEW. It could be a movie. It could be a documentary. It could be anything you want. And whoever comment first, I might see it on Sunday. But other than that, tomorrow we're gonna do some games. Like we're gonna stream Clue, the Game of Life. Like that's always a fun time. And all you have to do is download those games for free on your phone. Unless you want to pay, yeah, it's free on your phone. It's on your Google Play Store or your Apple Store. It's for free. Like you don't have to pay for anything. All you have to do is download it for free, and that's how you do it. But if you want to support those companies and their games, then go for it. For those games. But yeah, like if you're interested, we're going to start at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to join along, that's the time I'm going to start stream, and we're going to have fun. If not, I'm gonna be doing this alone.
Power to
So
solo.
hopefully hopefully we're more interactive than being solo. So yeah.
Never knows. You could be Gilbert the entire time we do a screen share, and I'm sure that will get people laughing. All right. Well, thank you for that, Gilbert. Never change. Emmanuel, you're also a fucking idiot sometimes, and we appreciate you for it. Well, from one gamer to another one avoiding manhole covers. Charles, let's go ahead and plug where people can find you above the sewers.
Okay. Damn you, Noah, for that freaking turtle reference.
Gotta get at least once every time with you, bruv.
Yeah, I know. You can follow me on Twitter at @2DogRandall. There you go.
Yeah, very simple. Again, we gotta get you a freaking promotion graphic or a banner, because damn it, you're definitely as part of this family as far as I'm concerned. And always a pleasure. And Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, Avatar Man tonight. You really laid it out here. Put all your life points on the line. Damn it. But hell, always a pleasure. Always a party as always. Go ahead and plug and tell where the people can find you and promote you.
Okay, you wanted to use Elena Black's booty. I was going to use the Mercedes graphic because we hadn't used it for a minute.
Oh, I'm impressed with you.
So you can find me on X at ROWJJ Williams or Casa D18 Studio. No S at the end of studios for the X. Casa D18 Studios with the S at the end for YouTube. The Renegade JJ Williams on Instagram.
Damn it.
Make sure you're following the Simply Reliable Studios on X at SR Studios 2024.
Do it.
We have got so much content coming up in the next few weeks.
Yes.
On Saturday Shenanigans, go back into the archives. Check out the interview that we did with Rachel Lay. Went for almost an hour and a half. Next weekend, February 21st, we'll have the Poder Mania champion, Brittany Blake, on the show.
Hey.
February 28th, we will have the Poder Mania ring announcer, Heather Lynn, on the show. Then beginning in March, we have Kaya McKenna, the Witchy Woman, on March 7th. No interviews scheduled for the 14th as of yet. March 21st, Jocelyn Navarro will be on the show. March 28th, La Leona Alejandra Quintanilla will be on the show. And April 4th, everybody's BFF, Izzy Moreno, will be on the show.
Izzy!
Bringing us back to April 11th, when we will welcome Ed in San Antonio, the promoter of Poder Mania once again, to give us a full rundown of the card, which is already out there on his X. Talk about any changes, any last minute ticket sale updates, etc., etc. All the last minute dirt that you will need for the show, April 11th. And I will be at GCW on Saturday. 2 Poder Mania talents will be there. I am hoping to lock at least one of them in for the March 14th show that we currently have open.
All right. Well, thank you for that so much, Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams, folks. Again, you saw the plugs, you saw what's ahead. So please be along for us here at the Simple Hour Studios for everything that is ahead. Support women in wrestling, support professional wrestling, support the G-Stereo Collective, and also more importantly than anything else, follow Ed in San Antonio on the X for further information regarding Poder Mania, including the full match card, I believe he also posted at one point. And also, get your tickets still available for Poder Mania today at Everbright. There is a link that will be in the description down below when these stream concludes on my simple YouTube channel. So again, thank you for that, JJ. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in, embracing, encouraging the madness. As always, I hope you enjoyed this first ever edition of an all-avatar City Predicting. I thought it was going to become the TNA regular, maybe on cards like this where you don't have a marquee thing at the top, but regardless, this was incredibly fun. And honestly, this feels like truly it was the podcast of podcasts. But if you want to actually follow me and try and actually see me on screen, then find me if you choose. I'm in Foster 1916 on the X and on YouTube for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. Shout out to AEW fan, for I am nothing more but a simple man. IT guy by day, wrestling commentator by night, and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it. As far as me, you could stay tuned to hear more of me and see me live with the commentary fam here at the Simova Studios, as we will be covering, of course, TNA No Surrender. Again, we'll probably go on live 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time before the countdown begins, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll, of course, be covering No Surrender at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, the collective indie panelists will also be covering GCW throughout the weekend. There are 2 shows, so get the GCW League form filled out as well. That is also on SRS Studios X, as well as by Greg Wrestling JJ Williams. And also stay tuned, of course, for our coverage of AEW Grand Slam Down Under in Australia, Sydney, Australia this time. It will be me, Walter, I believe, and our Canadian friend, Ash, as you see right there, and it will be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday night, of course, on TNT and also HBO Max. So, again, a lot of fun stuff coming up this weekend alone with wrestling coverage and wrestling conduct, as you heard about the upcoming interviews for our Holder Mania hype and women's wrestling endorsement, as the SR Studios looks to become truly your one-stop for professional wrestling coverage. And that's all I really got to say. Plug and promote and endorse for now, as I always like to remind you and encourage you that there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with their own opinions of this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families no matter how much they annoy you with manual cards, and just enjoy live and enjoy professional wrestling. It is truly as simple as that. But with that being said, thank you so much once again for tuning in to this day, I believe, the most unique edition ever of Simply Predicting. If you want more of this, say yes down in the comments. It's as simple as that. But again, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell so it goes live on demand on any of the YouTube channels, including Interactive Games and Movies and the SR Studios X account here for future editions of Simply Predicting, and, of course, more content to come to follow along with us along for the ride. And hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channels. I assure you, the content, the creativity, the passion, the vocal hilarity, and madness is not going to let up anytime soon. But for now, I think I will finally bid you all fine folk vocally a fine adieu. On behalf of everybody in Simply Studios families, for our Slagents, Ash, and Dat. And by the way, if you haven't already, don't be a dickhead. Subscribe today to Shadowbat Dash at Bag for Wrestling, the genesis of her YouTube channel. And also, if you haven't already, you saw her in the chat. She's mighty. She's TNA faithful. Subscribe to our Pink Ranger, Rangers of Wrestling, Dettila. There you see on the social medias as well. And he wasn't here, but he's always reliable. Please give some love to Walter Cruz. He'll be on the commentary call in the very near future. And shout out again to the Dominguezes as always. Arlene, all the best in your educational pursuits. And again, folks, stay tuned because March is likely going to give us a warm-up what's going to kill me in April for so much more Simply Predicting and wrestling coverage, too. That being said, I do see in the private chat a couple of hands. So before I bid us farewell, looks like there's one last few thoughts. I saw JJ first. JJ, what you got to say real quick?
It's only me. I think Charles was trying to get your attention that I had put my virtual hand up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were talking about everything for this weekend. It reminded me,
Yes.
in addition to the watch-alongs and everything, on Sunday, Statboy will be opening the doors to the sports bar again this week to cover the Indy 500. So if you guys would like to join in and watch along with Statboy ahead of the GCW coverage, make sure you guys tune in for Statboy Sports Bar and the Indy 500. I believe it'll be him and James for certain, possibly Walter and Nick as well.
Daytona. That just goes back to my Sega heart. Again, Sega
No, not
gamer.
Daytona, Indy.
Well, I just think about racing, and the only thing I think about racing is Daytona. Now I got that on my mind. That's just a simple, catchy theme too. But this isn't the video game podcast. But stay tuned, folks, when we level up with Super Level Gaming as well. There will be raids, there will be competition. It probably will be mobile. It probably will be screen share, screenplay through PlayStation, Nintendo. But stay tuned for more on that. And speaking of Statboy Sports Bar, thank you again to the over 1,500 of you that tune into our coverage of the Super Bowl. Statboy approve, and he thanks and loves all of you. It was fun, but again, I'm not a sportscaster. I can't believe I did that shit.
Again, that was mind-numbing because, and I hate to keep bringing this up because it sounds like I'm being negative. I'm not trying to be negative, but we had more views than Mini Portable.
Hey.
And I'm not trying to knock her because she is so big in the space, but to have more views on X than she did just blew my fucking mind.
Well,
so thank you to all of you that tuned in to our coverage on YouTube, but especially on the X.
And again, folks, that is the home that you could stay tuned for more sports, games, wrestling, retro movie reviews, music analysis, and so much more in and out of the Simply Reliable Studios. Follow today on the X or find us all on YouTube. As I now truly will bid you all a fine adieu. What a fucking episode of AEW Dynamite this week, by the way. Oh, and stay tuned for the Saturday Shenanigans, by the way, as well. Saturday night, hosted by American Wrestling, JJ Williams.
And this week will be hosted by you, sir. I'll be at GCW.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
wow,
right.
Noah. Good job.
I didn't know which day of GCW. We got GCW on both days. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can only give it so much, all right? Especially when it comes to the fact that he's finally going to wrestling shows live. I couldn't be more prouder and happier for it again. Have fun. So again, folks, stay tuned when I get to moderate. God help me. The weekly moderated conversation wrestling mass that is the Saturday Shenanigans. Who knows what we'll discuss there and what the show will become with me at the helm. Longer than 2 hours, probably, because I know what these people can do and also what the agenda can be. But that will be Saturday.
Yeah, because I'm sure Charles will have to be on there to help try to fill out some of the panel.
Probably.
Yeah, well, I'm always available for Saturday, so I got nothing to do.
Like I said, Charles, welcome to Super Live Studios family. We got to get him a banner or a plug graphic. He's one of us, and I endorse it. And I endorse both you.
So don't worry, no, we're not going back to France anytime soon.
Please don't.
Well, unless a company announces an event in France, then bets are off. Well, I'll just let that be known.
That's the only time I will allow that to be official. All right, folks. That being said, this is the time now where I bid you all a fine adieu. Finally, let's talk like JJ.
Damn it, JJ!
You fucker! You fucker!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What did I do?
Again. I gotta cut the feed. All right.
Oops! I didn't mean to start it. Oh well,
Yeah. Once more. Yeah. How to go back there? How to bring up the freaking madness of the back?
Look, that was a damn great episode night. To be fair.
Damn it, JJ, you fucking idiot!
Again, Noah, to be fair, you're the one that started that back in on that day. So it was on you.
You can't leave the past alone. You fuckers. All right.
I love this.
Au revoir, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Simply Predicting. Make a positive impact in life and have a good night. We'll see you for our coverage of TNA No Surrender.
That was cool.
That was fucking idiotic, and you know it. Oy.
Well, you know what, Noah? At least we didn't say that we believed in Joe fucking Hendry.
Name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Get it in there before I hit the damn button. He had to.